Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex. You watching the Ragin Nation show. This is just web series. We're talking about all things that matter to me in the world of movies. We got a lot to talk about with regards to some of the big productions that are coming soon. But before I do that, I want to give a big military shout out to Miguel Martinez, who's in the U.S. Army and is currently deployed in the Middle East. And I just want to say thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for all your support, and also thank you to your comrades, the men and women of the U.S. military. And you guys are doing an amazing job in what you do, and that's something that is just very, very special because not everybody is as brave as you guys, and I just have the utmost respect for you guys. All right, so thank you very much for doing your part in defending our way of life, and thank you very much. All right, happy new year to you guys. All right, so let's talk about some news with regards to the Fast and Furious 7. Now, we all know that they got to do some rewrites with regards to Paul Walker's character, Brian O'Connor, and well, it looks like they're going to do something which they're calling retiring his character. Now, we always knew, okay, at least I always knew that they were never having the option of killing off the character of Brian O'Connor. There's no way they're going to do that because that would be disrespectful to Paul Walker, his family, and to his fans. So killing off his character is completely out of the question because it's completely distasteful. So what they got to do is they got to find a way to write his character out of the second half of the movie because they've only filmed half of his scenes. There's still a lot more to film, the other half, right? So I believe what they're gonna do is they're gonna make it so that his character is retired from doing jobs. You know what I'm saying? He's no longer doing heists. He's no longer taking any more jobs or doing any more of these dangerous missions. He's going to start a family with Jordana Brewster's character and also his new baby. So that's what they plan to do with regards to retiring his character. Now, what does that mean for the franchise? Well, I believe it's going to move on because this isn't just Paul Walker's franchise, but it's also Vin Diesel's franchise. And with bringing in Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, he's a force to be reckoned with, and he really provides a huge presence for the franchise. So I think it's going to continue with Vin Diesel and The Rock. Now, Tyrese has been doing a lot of tweeting lately, as he usually does. He does a lot of posts on Facebook, and he recently had a birthday in Dubai, but he was also in Dubai for filming more scenes in Fast and Furious 7. Now, I didn't know that they were going to be filming in Dubai, but apparently he tweeted that they will be doing some filming in Dubai. So that's kind of crazy because that just means that the Fast and Furious 7 movement is all over the world. It's a worldwide thing, not like the previous film, which was only based in London. It's a worldwide movement, and it's going to be cool to see all those exotic locations, all right? So moving on, we got to talk about Guardians of the Galaxy from Marvel. And Guardians of the Galaxy, they showed off a new official photo, and that would be a photo of the cast, or rather the team, and that would consist of Groot, voiced by Vin Diesel, Rocket Raccoon, voiced by Bradley Cooper, Gamora, played by Zoe Saldana, Peter Quill / Star-Lord, played by Chris Pratt, and Drax the Destroyer, played by Dave Bautista. And something tells me that Rocket Raccoon is going to steal the show. He's going to be the one that everybody's focused on, and, like, look at everybody else. They're normal human-sized they're standard-sized characters, right? But then you got the Rocket Raccoon, and he's very small. And, to make his character equal and have a bit of a presence, he's got to be a little more obnoxious. So I think that's what they're going to do with the character. And that's something to look forward to. I don't know anything about Guardians of the Galaxy. I think it's the only Marvel franchise that's very out there. It's not like Iron Man or Captain America. It is out there, very sci-fi-ish. All right, because we're dealing with aliens and outer space and all of that. So I don't know how they're gonna connect that with the Avengers, but apparently it's gonna happen. All right, moving on, we gotta talk about other comic book movies, and that would be the DC Universe. And let's talk about Man of Steel 2, otherwise known as Batman vs. Superman. Or is it Superman vs. Batman? But anyways, what I gotta talk about is the budget. They're gonna be doing a lot of filming in Michigan, in the state of Michigan. And apparently they already rounded up their budget for the production budget for just filming in Michigan State alone, and that would be $131 million. Now, this is only a part of the full production budget, okay? Because it could not possibly be the entire production budget, because if you look back, let's look back at some of the previous production budgets for previous DC films, okay? Let's look at the first Man of Steel. That was $225 million production budget, okay? Batman Begins, $150 million. Dark Knight was $185 million, and The Dark Knight Rises was $250 million, making it the most expensive DC film in Warner Brothers history. All right, so $131 million for just the Michigan State filming alone. All right, that tells us that something big is going to happen there, and they're going to be doing a lot of filming at that location. And I don't know where else they're going to be filming, but Michigan State is definitely going to be one of the bigger locations that they're going to be filming at. All right, now moving on to another DC property, or possible DC property. What's really interesting is that Dwayne Johnson recently tweeted that he was very excited to meet the CEO of Warner Brothers regarding a DC property. Now, this is just a few weeks after, or rather a month after, another Fast and Furious star, Vin Diesel, tweeted that he was excited to meet the CEO of Marvel Studios. And then, you know what happened to him? He ended up voicing the character of Groot for Guardians of the Galaxy. And I think that Warner Brothers caught on. Warner Brothers caught on to see the popularity of another character, or actor rather, from the Fast and Furious franchise, which is obviously a huge property, a very popular property, a franchise that has a lot of fans, and they decided to take Dwayne Johnson and put him in a DC movie. Now, at this point, if you don't already know, any DC movie property is going to have some sort of connection with either Justice League or Batman vs. Superman. Okay, as you already know, they're putting in Wonder Woman in there. Okay, and because of that, they're setting it up for Justice League. I mean, Batman's already going to be in it. They're introducing Wonder Man, possibly Nightwing, and any more characters in the DC universe is going to connect, or rather lead up to, the Justice League movie coming out in 2017. All right, now who is this going to be? Who is Dwayne Johnson going to play in the DC universe? I mean, we're talking about leading up to Justice League. All right, it could be anybody. Right, when the first person that I thought of, the first character that I thought of was Cyborg. All right, but it turns out there's a rumor going on that, I mean, and this is just a rumor, and that is Dwayne Johnson could possibly be playing Green Lantern. The Green Lantern. And the Green Lantern is one of the Justice League, like, he's one of the main characters of Justice League. I mean, he's one of the main team members, all right? He's not one of the ones that are, like introduced later on. He's one of the main guys, along with the Flash, Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman. All right, so imagine Dwayne Johnson as the Green Lantern. That's going to be a little bit weird to me because, you know, we still have a bad impression of Ryan Reynolds being the Green Lantern. So I wonder how much better can Dwayne Johnson be as another Green Lantern character. So that's a little bit weird to me, but the fact is that Dwayne Johnson had a meeting with the Warner Brothers CEO about having him play a DC comic book character. Now, why don't you let me know in the comment section below who you think that he could be playing. But the rumors out there are saying that he's going to be playing Green Lantern. And if he is, what do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comment section below. We got a lot more to talk about. And don't forget to watch my top 10 most anticipated films of 2014 video. I'm going to leave the link at the end of this video. And of course, stay subscribed because we got a lot to talk about with regards to upcoming films. There's a lot of great films coming out. A lot of big films coming up. Star Wars, freaking Marvel properties, DC properties. I mean, the list goes on, all right? As always, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation. Also follow me on Twitter, @RaginNation. My name is Alex. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace. And Matt Reeves is going to take us on that journey. And it's supposed to happen 10 years after the Rise of the Planet of the Apes. And a new cast is there. Jason